Okay, I am ready to show you my latest inspiration of Jennifer Lawrence, who I just think she's wonderful. I think she's extremely talented, very pretty, and she seems very, very down to earth. Um, an amazing makeup artist, Jillian Dempsey, who is known also as Mrs. Patrick Dempsey's wife, is her makeup artist, and she does amazing work. And I love what she's doing to Jennifer's makeup these days. She's really keeping her very Hollywood classic, staying with the trends, but not making her look too trendy. And I think it's really nice because she's definitely getting a lot of attention. So my look is a inspiration from a couple of images that I saw recently of Jennifer Lawrence, from whether it's the SAG Award or the Golden Globe and all these Oscar parties. And so I'm just doing a collaboration of inspiration. And so I hope you will love what I do because I want you guys to try it out. So what I'm doing here on Dre, I am putting the highlighting powder on her brow bone, and I'm actually bringing it down, bringing it really, really down. So now I'm putting some fallout powder because I want to make sure that I catch any kind of debris from any fallout from shadows that I'm going to be putting on, because I'm going to be doing a very smoky eye look on Andrea, because right now Jennifer Lawrence is sporting the smoky eye a lot and she looks really great. I know she's got that really kind of tan going on right now, but I think this look can go on anybody who's all different shades of color skin. So what I'm doing here after I did the highlighting on the eyes, on the brow bone, and you can see I really brought it down to the crease, the mid crease. I'm putting a really, really intense metallic kind of bronzer brown, bronzy color brown. It's very high metal content. It just has a intense shimmer, and I'm putting it right in the inner part of her lid, and I'm just kind of bringing that and fanning that out right to the mid level of her lid. And this is a layered smoky eye effect, so I want you to really make sure that you look at this carefully so you know exactly what this does in terms of creating the dimension. So believe it or not, this is going to be the lighter aspect because Andrea's eyes definitely tend to pull in, so I don't want to go with the too dark inside. I'm going to go with the darker. So as you can see, I'm using a very black, but at the same time, it has a little bit of, it's called diamond flecks, and it's got a little bit of sparkle in the black, and that's going to definitely meld into the metallic brown bronzer color I have on the inner part in the mirror. So here we go, and I'm just going to put that on the outer part of the lid like that. And as you can see, I'm using a flat rounded brush because this is where it allows me to lay the pigment on the lid. But at the same time, it's a really nice way to kind of create a shape and blend it at the same time. So, so see how I'm just kind of, it looks like it's kind of like black and then brown, but I'm going to do a blending with the whole everything. So you'll see what happens in a couple of minutes. So just make sure to lay on as much of the intensity of the pigment, and in this situation it's the black with the shimmer. You want the depth of the dark colors, but I think because this has a shimmer, kind of glittery, luminescent, metallic feel to it, you want that to also vibrate out of the color for a really great payout of this look. So I'm just creating that right onto the lid, and I'm just going to just pack on as much intensity of the color. And as I'm doing this, I'm trying to create the balance and try to at least create as much symmetry as possible. And if you can see how, as I'm putting it on, you can see how the reflection of those sparkles are coming out. Okay, so now I'm going to go right on the lash and then go around. I'm just going to do my final, just creating the balance of the shape before I start blending. Okay, so, and this is a look that, definitely it takes practice because you really want to make sure you create the right symmetry. So now I'm taking my rounded blending brush and I'm just going to go right on the edge of all the black area and the brown and right into the inner crease of the eye and see, and I'm just going to take those two colors and I'm going to just blend them all together. So this is like a serious blending action here I'm using my thumb as well, and I just want everything to have a nice gradation. See how soft that looks now? And so I'm taking that and I'm just going to blend those two together. There you go. Okay, and then I'm just going to go right in the middle, because you don't want any hard edges, and that's really one of the things that I don't want with this. And I'm going to carry the black kind of inside, but not all the way. And then I'm going to go right onto the crease of the eye, into the highlighting shimmer right there. And see how I'm just blending all that in. I'm just blending that all, so it just kind of creates a nice smoldering kind of blended effect. It's a really pretty look. I love this look. And I saw Jennifer Lawrence have she had something very similar to this, and I thought, oh, let me do my version of it because I think it's really pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to go back with the highlighting powder, just where I might have kind of blended a little bit too much of the black out, so I just want to clean that up. And see, one thing, I want you to understand is that it's like painting. A face is literally like painting. And the face is the canvas. I don't want to sound cliche, but it really is. And so in order to create textures, you got to use your tools, you got to use your colors, you got to use the concept of knowing how to create the right balance, the texture, and the blending. And know what brushes are going to help you with adding color and what brushes are going to help you soften color. So these are really important aspects. Now, if you want to learn some really, wonderful tricks of the trade, and you want to definitely use this as a career or really start doing more as a novice, I would definitely suggest you go to our online training program, and you can either go to howtomakeup.com, or you can definitely go to MKC Beauty Academy and click on the online training. And you could also take some private lessons with me or some other teachers. We have amazing teachers at our school as well, but I'm doing also a lot of privates. So, and you could mix and match. You could do the online training as well as the privates and combine them. But I will teach you a lot of different tricks of the trade as well to really get your techniques up to par or up to the highest level. So definitely check that out and go to mkcbeautyacademy.com. But yeah, these are little tricks that I will definitely inspire all my students and have them be able to try on different levels and different ways, and really help each artist become the best they can become, which I think is really important, because when you're doing makeup, you really want to also be able to create your own style and do clean work. So, okay, so going back to this, I'm going right into the crease right there, and I'm just creating a nice balance and symmetry. So I'm using a pointed tip blending brush, and right now I'm just really kind of tweaking everything and blending it out. And see how that's all really starting to kind of take shape and really kind of go into the skin, which I think is really important. So I'm going to use my brushes, my sponges, just to blend and clean and balance. And this is what I'm doing with the dry wedge sponge. I'm taking a little bit of translucent and I'm cleaning, but I'm blending in. And now I'm going to go back a little bit with the pearl. I'm just going to keep blending, and see how we're just blending and building and blending and building. And that's really what it comes down to. And I just love this look because it's smoky, but it also has a little bit of dimension, unlike just the conventional smoky eye where everything tends to be kind of all pretty dark. And this still has the reflection from the sparkle and the light and the different variations and gradations of the tones. So really, really red carpet worthy. And and also, like, if you want to do this on yourself and you want to go to a party or go to a club, this is really, 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 really a beautiful look. And I can even see like some brides wanting this look because it's very it's very provocative, and yet it's very romantic at the same time. So now that I'm finalizing the blending and shaping, and I'm just going right into the edge right there and just kind of giving it a little bit of, just not over blending, but I want to create a nice dimension to it. So I'm just going to go right in there, and it's starting to get there, definitely starting to really fall into the way I'm visualizing this. So just now always let everything, give it time to rest, that's for sure. So now I'm going to brush off the fallout powder, which is the translucent powder that I had put on, and I am just brushing that out like that. Okay, so now I'm going to do is fill in the brows, and I'm using a flat brush and a flat short tip brush, and I'm using a dark brown. I want heavier brows for this because I think it's a good support for the brows. Just, I think it gives it a nice just a nice structure to the face, but also with the smoky eye, I think it kind of gives it a nice balance, and I think that's really important. Okay, so now that we did that, okay, so I'm going to take the other side, and I'm going to go right into the hair. And by using powder, I find that the powder definitely, it goes right into the skin rather than sit on top of the hair. But if you want to use pencils or creams, that's fine. But I just like the powder effect because it really does blend really nice, but it also fills in the gaps much more with ease. But at the same time, it really does pack a punch, and it gives you a nice payout, but not with that kind of overly done look. So now I'm just going to take that and just blend that with, and as you can see, I have it looks like a toothbrush, but it's actually a mustache brush. But I use this for the eyebrows. I love it. I've been using this brush for years, and it's a great brush because you can really, really get into the brows with this brush. So see how I'm just adding color and then I'm blending it in, adding color and blending it in. And that definitely gives you the level to blend and to keep adding intensity or taking away if it's too dark. So, but yeah, the brows are starting to look really good, and I'm really excited, and it's really supporting the shading of the eyes, and it's popping the eyes out. Now, I think with Jennifer Lawrence, she's got those like icy blue eyes, and Andrea here, she's got the really icy blue green eyes. So I think it's really, really nice to do a look like this, especially with someone who has the light eyes, because it really does create a nice impact. It really brings it out. So now I'm having Andrea suck in her cheeks, and I always say make like a fish, and I'm putting a very soft veil of blush on her cheekbones, and I'm going right across the ledge of her cheekbones like that, just right on the ledge, right in the middle part of her, emphasizing the middle part of her cheekbones. And I'm taking my little small MAC blending brush, and as you see, I'm taking the same color I use on the blush, and I'm going to just put a little bit right on the outer crease right there. And what this does is it kind of pulls everything together. It's really a nice trick. And like I said, These are like little tricks that you don't realize that pack a punch and really help tie things together. And I love this effect that it gives. So definitely try that, okay? So I'm using a really, really black mascara. And I'm going to just really put it on pretty thick because I want this to really support the smoky effect, and I want to give the lashes some depth and some texture. So I'm going really extremely black, and I'm using a very kind of volume and thickening mascara, and I'm just going right on the bottom here, and see how it just really just, it rims the eyes and it just picks it up so beautifully, and it really brings the eye color out, which is nice. Let me get a little cleanup right there, and I'm just gonna go right in and just really create a nice thing. And I'm gonna go right into the inner part. So you always have, if you're doing somebody else's makeup, always have them look the opposite direction of where the brush, the wand, is hitting on the lashes, because otherwise if they look at it, it's going to feel like they're getting poked in the eyes. So I'm going to just clean that part up right there, separate it as much as possible. But I really want the lashes to really pack a punch on this one and really give it as much gusto to the lashes. Okay, and look how pretty that is. Look at just how that look is starting to really pull together just from doing mascara. I always say that mascara and lips really finish the look. So with this, I was going to go with a more nude, but I noticed that Jennifer Lawrence is doing a lot of red right now, and she looks really great with it, and I think this is a really good combination. I'm using a very terracotta red, which is kind of like a little orangey brownish red. It's not so much of a blue red, and it really picks up with the bronzy brown that I used on the inner corners of her lid, and I think the red all kind of pulls together and balances out because it has a little bit of a reddish tinge to the shadow as well. The lipstick has a very kind of brownish, earthy red, which I love this color. It's such a pretty color. And yet it still pops, it has that nice pop of color. And I am obviously putting the lips on without any pencil, so you always want to make sure that you put it on as even and flawless as possible. Red lips are really hard to do without having a good practice with applying it without using any help with pencils or anything like that. But seriously, it takes practice, so definitely practice in order to make sure you get this done right before you do it on anyone or on yourself. But I'm a stickler to making sure that try to do as perfect of a lip as possible, and balance, and making sure that everything looks really even, and make sure that the lips are conditioned, because that's really important. Because especially when you're putting like colored lips and the lip is really dry and flaky, it looks horrible. And also the more drier the lip is, like more matte, and if you're putting matte on dry lips, it's horrible. So always condition the lips for sure. And and these are all things that I'll teach you, if you wanted to really get a proper education. And I'm using the stretching lip technique as well, because that really helps create a nice guide to the lines of the natural lip line. So, and Andrea's skin is a little bit drier right now from the weather, so what I'm doing is I'm using a little bit more of a emollient, glossy, pigmented color, and there we go. So this is really the look. This is the Jennifer Lawrence inspired red carpet look that has been really, I would say, what she's been sporting around during the award season. And so I hope you enjoy it. Come visit me again. Thanks for watching. I have some more coming up. I'm working the